Hey everyone, and welcome. So today, we're going to break down the SNS Roadmap. Think of it as a really fascinating blueprint for building a massive tech ecosystem, literally from scratch. We're going to see how they plan to go from total chaos to real, tangible creation. So yeah, let's just dive right in. You know, this is probably the question for any leader, any builder, any innovator out there. How do you take this huge, bold vision you have in your head and actually make it real? It's a massive, massive challenge, but this roadmap, it claims to have a pretty compelling step-by-step answer. Let's see what it is. All right, section 1. You know how it is with any huge project, right? You can't just start building up. First, you've got to clear the ground, dig down, and lay an absolutely rock-solid foundation. So let's take a look at how this plan tackles that first, critical step. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On the one side, you've got the starting point, chaos, complexity, a big challenge. And on the other, you have your North Star, a really clear, simple mission. Serve the common person and business. That mission is what cuts through all the noise. It gives direction to every single thing that comes after. So what's the very first tool in the toolbox here? And get this, it's not concrete or steel. It's a mindset. It's design thinking. This whole approach makes sure that every decision, every single initiative is completely rooted in understanding and solving real problems for real people. It's all about building for people right from day one. Okay, so our foundation is poured and solid. Now what? Well, now it's time to actually put up the core structure. But we're not just talking about beams and walls here. We're talking about building the framework for a living, breathing culture. Let's see how that gets built. And here it is, the core support system. They call it the 5 pillars spine. And I love that because it's literally the backbone of the whole thing. S is for strategy, setting that clear direction. P is for people because it's all about getting the best talent. I is for innovation, the engine for all the new ideas. N for network, building those critical connections. And E for execution, making sure stuff actually gets done. Together, these 5 things hold the entire structure up. So you've got your main supports, the spine. But you still need the actual blueprints, right? The nitty-gritty details of how everything fits together. That's where these two come in. You've got the 3P culture, that's people, purpose, and process. And then the 3C framework, which is all about communication, collaboration, and coordination. These are the specific plans that make sure everyone is on the same page and working together smoothly. All right, think about it. We have this amazing structure now. The foundation is solid, the framework is strong, but right now, it's just a shell, isn't it? It doesn't do anything yet. It needs power. It needs an engine. And this next section is all about installing that engine, the system that's going to fuel nonstop growth and innovation. And this is that engine. It's a model called Innovation 7+7. What's so cool about this is it's not just some fuzzy goal like, hey, let's be innovative. No way. This is a dedicated, specific machine. It lays out 7 principles for driving innovation inside the organization and another 7 for building partnerships on the outside. It's a system designed to pull in great ideas from everywhere. So what's the output? What comes out of this innovation engine once it's all fired up? Well, it's this really elegant 2-step process. First, it pumps the entire system full of cutting-edge knowledge and tools, like generative AI. Then, it uses all that power to produce the most valuable thing of all. Highly skilled, certified talent that's ready to go out and make a real impact. And I think this quote it hits the nail on the head. This whole roadmap, it's not a passive document sitting on a shelf. It's an active machine. It's designed to take raw potential, both in people and in their ideas, and systematically turn it into real, tangible expertise. Okay, let's just recap for a second. We've gone from chaos to a solid foundation. We've built the cultural framework. We've just fired up the engine of innovation. So what's it all for? What's the end game? That's what this final section is all about. This is where the whole thing starts to reach for the sky. This is about excellence and creation. So how do you actually operate at this peak level? Well, it really boils down to 2 absolutely crucial things. First, adopting a growth mindset, which is that deep belief that your abilities aren't fixed, that you can always learn and improve. And second, the discipline of setting smart OKR goals, which just means you're breaking down that huge vision into specific, measurable goals you can actually hit. It's that perfect mix of dreaming big and being practical. And this is the moonshot, the grand finale. What is the ultimate, tangible measure of success for this entire massive undertaking? It's this one single number, 1,000. The goal is to create 1,000 AI startups. I mean, that is an incredibly ambitious target, and it represents the final explosive output of this entire well-oiled machine. So when you step back and you look at the whole journey, from that initial chaos all the way to the goal of creating 1,000 startups, you have to ask, right? Is this incredibly detailed, human-centered, and super goal-oriented approach the new playbook? Not just for this one organization, but for anyone trying to build something amazing in the 21st century. It's definitely something to think about.